Hey, thank you for having me on. It's Dan here from the Every Step Along the Way podcast. So I was going to give you a bit of a rundown on Stoke ahead of our trip down to South Wales to play on Saturday. Last season, like I said, obviously we finished another season in the Championship. Two clubs, aren't we, who've sort of mirrored each other's, I think it's 14 years in a row now we've been in the same division. Got relegated together and failed to get back up together, haven't we? Although last season was more of a case of staying in this division from avoiding going down than going up for us. But yeah, we managed to get ourselves up to a bit of safety and rinse and repeat for about the 6th or 7th year running. We finished between 14th and 17th. So yeah, not much to shout about over at the Bet365 Stadium in the last few years. And yeah, last season was pretty much the same. Sacked the manager at the start of the season, bring in a new man, let him buy a load of players, and we've already decided this season to change that up and sack him even earlier. So yeah, we've, like I say, this season started and we've changed the manager already. Again, brought in a load of players over the summer, some real good promising signings. Like, Tom Cannon and Sam Gallagher seem to link up really well in midweek on what was Gallagher's first start after picking up injury in pre-season. And after a few games where he seems to be a little bit of a passenger, not quite up to speed, which can be understandable after such a long time without any game time, Tom Cannon started firing. Sorry about that. Well, yeah, he did on Wednesday night. Got himself 4 goals, which is unheard of for a Stoke striker. As maybe he will be the man to beat the jinx. It's 24 years since we had a striker score 30 in a season, well, 20 in a season, and a guy who actually scored 30 that season in Peter Thorne. So yeah, hopefully, Tom Cannon might be the man to break that jinx for us. Now, I think on the other side we've got Eric Bockhart, Ben Gibson at the back. They were good summer signings as well. In fact, we've got an experienced centre half for the first time in a while that isn't over the hill massively. Phil Jagielka was that, but he was like 40 at the time, so yeah, he's not sort of fossilised in Championship football standards. And also left back, I think he's only the second left back we ever paid money for. Crazy. We just historically don't see it as a position we need to care about. But yeah, we have done this summer. We brought him in. He looks pretty decent. Bit of work to be done defensively. But yeah, he is what he is. And in fact, obviously, looking at Swansea players who we sort of maybe keep an eye on for us on Saturday, one will be Josh Tymon. And I'm thinking, obviously, he's a former Stoke player. We know all about him, so we know what great delivery he's got. We know what fantastic pace he's got down that left wing, and he is very similar to Eric Bockhart in that sense. But yeah, he's definitely one we'll be keeping an eye on. And I think Lewis Kumas did a great job on Wednesday night with Josh Murphy, who was probably Portsmouth's biggest threat due to his pace, and running at Ben Wilmot, who was playing out at right back for a bit of a change. And yeah, I think Lewis Kumas did well. He got back and really helped him out defensively and used his pace to sort of match up with Murphy. So I think he'll probably have the same job again, to be fair, matching up against Tymon and making sure that if Tymon goes forward, then he follows him. And hopefully, like I say, he can, for our aspect anyway, he can get a bit of joy when he's running at him the other way as well. I'd say this year we had a massive change. I mentioned the other day we changed the manager. Well, Stephen Stewart, what a shock that was. I actually went on holiday. I took off and he was the manager, and I landed in Turkey and he wasn't. And it's been a long, this club never fails to surprise me. Just when I think they've done everything and there's nothing that can shock me, they do something like that, and I was like, what is going on? But yeah, like I say, he brought in Narcis Palac. It was a bit of an arm, a bit of a shoulder shrug at who is this guy. Turns out, yeah, very well respected coach. And the first couple of games, apart from the first half an hour against Hull, were quite shocking, to be fair. And there was a bit of fan unrest already, because obviously that's what happens when you sack a manager who the fans who all actually quite like and have been getting decent results with. Nothing, massively different, but better than we have done for the last 6 or 7 years. And he sort of put any unrest to bed, didn't he, on Wednesday night? So I say beating Portsmouth by 6-1, and showing us what can happen if we all get on board with this football. So hopefully his ways have sort of clicked with the team now, and they understand the roles a bit better. And I'm not expecting sort of 6, well, once the season will be happy as a Stoke fan. But yeah, I think hopefully, they just know what they're doing and they can look a bit more like a team and less like a bunch of individuals who never met each other, which the previous game and 2/3 they certainly were. What he's asking for is energy and aggression, and that doesn't mean flying into somebody and sending them 6 foot into the stand. He wants them to be aggressive on the ball and off the ball, so always looking to make the right pass. Don't play it safe. Look to see what you can do, and if you're off the ball, do a press high, press hard, rush people, make them feel uncomfortable in that respect. So that's what he's looking for. So hopefully, like I say, the pennies dropped and they can sort of follow up, because they did them things very well on Wednesday. And that's, so hopefully it takes a little bit of time with a new coach to bed in, and hopefully, we are where we are now with him. Now, the lineup, I think we'll see an unchanged team from Wednesday. I think we won 6-1. It was 6-1 after 53 minutes, and they coasted the last half an hour. They literally did, to the point where a local radio, Mike Pedgick, former Stoke defender from the 70s, was actually ripping into them for the last half an hour, complaining quite badly that they just weren't trying, basically. Why aren't they going for 7, 8, 9 and 10, he says. Why? I said, well, I'm going to tell you why, because they've got a game at Swansea on Saturday, and I think that's what the thought process was. They've won this game, why are we going to exert ourselves any further? Let's just save our energy and make sure we can use it at the Liberty Stadium on Saturday. So that's what I think. So that lineup, just for obviously those who don't know, was Johansson in goal. I think it was Wilmot at right back. We had Ender Stevens coming back in at left back. Centre halves with Gibson and Michael Rose. Midfield of Wouter Berger and Andy Moran. In front, we had Beijun on the left. We had Lewis Kumas on the right, and Sam Gallagher and Tom Cannon as a front two in a 4-4-2 situation that we haven't played for a long time, let me tell you. So got some decent options off the bench. It'll be interesting if Million Manos fit. If he tries to get back in the side, or if the manager feels like he needs to put him in, he is possibly our best player. But I don't think he's that far ahead of people like Kumas and Juno to say, demand that one of them drops out for him after they've won 6-1. It also sends out the wrong message. So hopefully he will be an absolute weapon to bring off the bench with 20 minutes to go if we need to, if he is fit. He was feeling a bit flued up at last weekend. He had to be subbed off, not feeling great. Hope everyone has a safe journey to and from the game. Stoke fans and Swansea fans alike. Enjoy it. Let's hope that we can, enjoy the game of football no matter what the results. A bit difficult to do if you lose, I know. Have 2 weeks off, haven't we? International break. Hey, another one before we come back into more Championship action.